Hello everybody, welcome back. It is Sunday the 1st of June. I'm on my way to work, so it's around 7 o'clock in the morning, 7:15, I don't know, something like that. And as you can see, I am on Thornber Road and I'm just showing you folks a look at some of the work that's going on at North Station. Nothing actually happening today because obviously it's Sunday, so everybody takes a day off, but I'm just letting you folks have a look at what's going on. If I put the camera over there and lean over the wall, you can see a gigantic pile of earth and stone and rubble and all kinds of stuff what's been dug up from this forecourt. Anyway, if we move the camera across there, we can see the old Ramsden pub. So the Rammy is now closed, but at least the building's still there. So the Ramsden fared better than the poor old wheat sheaf, which has been gone for a few years now, as we've got the Sainsbury's building there. So yeah, all we're going to do this morning now is just have a walking to work vlog. So this is the most boring bit of the walk because I'm just walking alongside the North Station wall, and I don't think, no, I'm not tall enough to reach the camera over the top of this bit to show you down over the other side. So I'm just gonna jog till we get to the end of this wall. I am quite fast at jogging, you know. I'm quite good at jogging as well. Right, we're more or less at the corner now. See, that wasn't too bad, was it? And once we get here, we'll put the camera around there so you can see down that side. That's the new Holiday Inn hotel that's been built on the old Wilco site, and if you've followed my channel for a while you will know that not only did I film the entire demolition process of the old Wilco store, I also filmed the entire construction of that new hotel. Anyway, time is of the essence this morning because I'm on my way to work. So let's just nip onto this underpass and we'll get to see the new car park, which I did film. Wow, it's windy under this little tunnel. I did film bits of that being built, but I wouldn't say I like comprehensively followed it or anything. It was more of something I just filmed now and again. But as you can see, the new car park is totally open. We've got a tram parked at that tram stop, which is obviously the end of the North Station line. And I did film all the tram tracks being built. I filmed that really fairly comprehensively, and I was about to say we're going to have to go up those stairs now, but I've just realised we don't have to go up the stairs because we can literally just boogie on right across the car park because everything's open now. So we get to walk across here all the way and we can see everything now. Much better view. Now we can walk across it. Yeah, all this car park area is now open. And it's onwards and onwards to get to work. I was super tired this morning, didn't sleep well last night. I mean, I seem to be on repeat with saying it, but I never sleep well at the weekends because of my early start on Saturday and Sunday. So yeah, it's like I'm sleep deprived over the weekends. But anyway, I feel okay now, and that's the important thing. It's a long old walk to Bispham, but my feet and legs are perfectly functional, so we can do it. But walking past Funny Girls now, which is house in the old Odeon building. My best memories of the Odeon was the year when The Empire Strikes Back came out, because I was massively into the first Star Wars movie, and I was really excited for and waiting for the new movie, The Empire Strikes Back. Couldn't wait for it. And back then, new movies and stuff like that, they were advertising certain comics and fanzine magazines, but obviously, like, there was no internet, and there was not the kind of news and coverage and stuff you get nowadays. You pretty much just had to wait with bated breath for the movie. So anywho, when The Empire Strikes Back came out, I went to the Odeon, totally excited, and saw it and thought it was the most amazing movie I'd ever seen, and to this day it's still one of my favourites. And the next day I went to see it again, and the next day, it was pretty much the summer holidays so close, I went to see it again. And from what I remember, it seemed to be on for the full summer, and I went almost every day. And the usherette was lovely. She'd go, "Oh, just go on in, love," and in the end they just let me in for free. And I would go there for the first showing, because it was shown 3 times throughout the day. There was the main movie, another movie, because back then most big films had 2 movies, except the second movie that was shown with The Empire Strikes Back, it was like a short movie, and it was this, I forget the name, it was called The Dark Knight or something, or The Something Night, or The Black Knight, and it was just about these 2 like medieval knights having a fight, from what I remember, and it was really crappy, and I got so sick of sitting through that. But I would go to the movies in the morning with a flask of coffee and like a bag of butties, and I would spend the whole day in the cinema just sitting through the movie 3 times, which sounds a little nuts now and a little obsessive, but I enjoyed it so much, and I liked being in the movies because it was nice and peaceful and quiet. As I'm repeating that story back now, it sounds kind of like offbeat and weird, but lots of people did that back then. They would just go and sit through the movie 2 or 3 times, if there was space, that is. If the movie was full, they would empty the whole theatre between every showing. Well, they did anyway. They emptied the actual theatre area where the screen was, but there was a big like lounge area on the first floor of the Odeon where you could go and chill at the interview and like have an ice cream or a drink or whatever. So whilst you had to leave the screen area, you could still sit in a lounge. They didn't actually kick you out of the building. So when the new showing started, you could just go right back in. And another little Odeon story, it was a long time ago, I was in town with my partner. We were just randomly walking down Dickson Road past the Odeon, or close to that, and this random woman stopped us and she said, "Excuse me," and we were like, "Yeah," and she said, "Would you like to see the premiere, or a premiere, obviously not a premiere as in the London premiere, just a premiere of a new movie. And we were like, what? Because it was really unexpected. And she went, yeah, it's free, I've got tickets here, do you want some tickets? So we didn't have anything else to do. It was a Saturday early afternoon and we were kind of bored and the weather was kind of crappy, so we were like, yeah, we'll go in there, thanks a lot. So we took these tickets, we went into the movie, and when it started, it was the second Die Hard movie. Was it Die Hard 2, Die Harder, you know, Bruce Willis and all that, and it was really, really, really great. And it was so weird because it was on a massive screen and there was probably about maybe 30 or 40 of us just dotted around the entire cinema. It was pretty much empty and it was so surreal, but we really, really enjoyed the movie. And the weirdest thing was coming out of the cinema when it finished and it still being late. I mean, not late, light. It was still light because it was not late. That's what I meant to say. So yeah, we came out of the Odeon to like mid-afternoon and that was so weird. Well, yeah, we randomly got invited to see the second Die Hard movie. But talking of premieres, I did go to an actual premiere as in the first showing for the public, not as in a star-studded Hollywood style premiere. And it was at the Odeon in Leicester Square, and the movie, it was Nightmare on Elm Street 3, the Dream Warriors one. I was a big fan of Nightmare on Elm Street, and at the time, I mean, yeah, it went comically crappy towards the end, but Dream Warriors was good. So yeah, I paid to get these premiere tickets, and like I said, the first public premiere, but it was still kind of cool because there was still one or two people from the press there, and there was like gifts and stuff, and I didn't get any gifts, but there was like certain tickets. You got tickets or something, and some people got like a goodie bag or a gift or a poster or a little like replica of a prop or something. I don't really recall, but I know there were certain prices and freebies, and some people were just chosen randomly, but I didn't get anything. But I still loved the movie. And back then in the 80s, the Odeon at Leicester Square, wow, it was like luxurious, it was brilliant. I remember feeling a little overawed going into it. So technically I can say with complete honesty, I've been to 2 actual special movie premieres in my time, and the first one I was personally invited to. I mean, that's the truth. It makes it sound a whole lot grander than it actually is, but I like those little stories that they're kind of technically the truth, but when you actually get them in context, you're like, yeah, whatever. Look at that, folks. We're just walking past now the back of the Imperial. Oh, and it's a little windy straight, this. I want our nice weather back. I feel all the way through May we got really spoilt with all this gorgeous weather that we just expected the next day to be sunny. So it's a real like downer just to suddenly have wind and rain and crap again, because I was hoping we'd kind of go back to like the summer of, was it 76 or something, when it seemed to be hot forever, although I very barely remember that, to be honest. But I did live through the summer of 76, and yeah, But no, we've got cold and wind and clouds again. And maybe, just maybe, we've had our summer, folks. Maybe it'll stay like this now till October, then it'll just go into winter. That's a depressing thought, isn't it? My shoes are squeaking. It's possibly audible on the video, but possibly not. But my trainers got really wet the other day and I dried them off. Because stupid me, I went out in the rain and I put my trainers on and I kind of had a brain fart and I forgot that I own some really nice waterproof boots, what I bought last year. And yeah, I went out in my trainers in the rain and my feet got soaked and my trainers got soaked, and they've kind of dried off now, but they're kind of squeaky. And I read a thing online, and this person, they said if you've got squeaky boots, not so much trainers, but if you've got squeaky boots, like I say, a pair of Doc Martens or army boots or something, sprinkle a bit of talc in them, yeah, and next time you go out, they're not going to be squeaky. And this is really weird because my partner had a pair of boots. They were kind of from like a black lace-up army boot type thing, and they were really squeaky, like annoyingly squeaky, like that SpongeBob SquarePants episode with the squeaky boots. And he put a bit of talc in the boots and they totally stopped squeaking. It worked, and I was so weirded out by that because I cannot fathom the science of how that worked. But apparently the talc stopped his boots from squeaking, and that is super duper weird, I know. Going past now the Grand Hotel, formerly the Hilton, formerly the Pembroke, formerly a piece of bare land, and before that it was some nice little hotels and boarding houses which were stood next door to the magnificent Derby Baths, which was stood on the corner. And to this day the Derby Bath site is still empty, and I think that's kind of a shame. I can't see them ever putting anything on that now. It's just like it's the forgotten piece of land. I don't even know who owns it. I mean, very probably the council do for sure, but yeah, the former Derby Bath site is still that just bare piece of grass. And I'm a person who likes green spaces, I really do. I like and appreciate trees and nature and green spaces, but still think it's sad that we lost Derby Baths. And I do understand the state the building was in. I mean, I don't fully understand. Okay guys, sorry for that little blip. My camera battery just, well, I don't think even the battery died. My camera is really old and weird, and sometimes it switches itself off, and that's just what it chose to do at that second. It decided to switch itself off. So thank you stupid old camera. But anywho, I'm more or less at the end of this video now, because I planned to finish it when we got to Gynn Square, and we are pretty much almost at Gynn Square now. Just got the bottom bit of Dickson Road to walk down, and then we'll be on Gynn Square. I feel like I haven't done one of these walking, talking nonsense vlogs for the longest of time, and that's because I've kind of been taken over by filming the demolition, because I'm going out pretty much most weekday mornings to get some footage of the demolition, and then I'm coming home, I'm tired, I'm eating, then I'm going to work, and I'm coming home tired and going to bed tired, and rinse and repeat. And I feel like I don't have the time or energy to do anything else And I know the demolition videos are popular and I know you folks like them, but I miss sometimes doing the other stuff, and I miss having the energy to do the other stuff, you know. But I do enjoy these little walking to work chats. It kind of breaks up the monotony of a 4-mile walk. It's a long old walk, isn't it, folks? Just walking and walking and walking. And look, there we can see, that's Gynn Square. You can see the little Spitfire sculptures there. You can see the prom in the background. We've got the Gynn pub and restaurant, etc. So yeah, as I leave Gynn Square, I am going to finish this video, and I'm going to say, if you're still here, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening to me ramble on about nonsense for the best part of 20 minutes. And I shall be on Bonny Street tomorrow morning, Monday morning, to get some video of the demolition for you folks. Hopefully I'll have to try to pod back, but I don't know, we'll see. But either way, thank you for watching this one, and I shall see you all very soon in the next one. Goodbye.